Hey, hello there. How's it going? So I tried uploading a montage last Thursday. It didn't really go up because the song in the video was copyrighted and viewing the video was banned in all countries. If you guys want to go see that video, I did spend a lot of time on it. It's a little Modern Warfare beta montage, about 3 minutes long. There will be a link in the description to a Google Drive link. You guys can go watch it there. Doesn't really matter. I don't get paid from YouTube anyway, but I just want people to see it in case you didn't. There'll also be a tweet linked down if you want to go like that, just to kind of show that you viewed it. So thank you. If you guys want to leave comments on it, you can also leave it on the Twitter. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, here is a Modern Warfare beta thoughts video. Enjoy.
Hello everybody, and this is going to be a very different type of video because I don't really do post commentaries. I've done a couple in the past, but it's been a really long time since I've done one of these. Gameplay you're seeing is just some sniping gameplay. Elgato did not record the sound because my Elgato setup is not the greatest and I don't record console very often, so I'm sorry for that. This is some PS4 gameplay from the beta, and I don't remember how well I did, but we're just going to be throwing that in the background. I'm going to be giving my first opinions and thoughts on Modern Warfare from what I played during the whole beta, from weekend 1 and weekend 2. Just a little bit of a reminder, I did not play the alpha because I did not have my PS4 then, so I had no chance to play it, but from what I saw, I liked what I saw. I didn't get to play the 2v2 at all during the beta as well. That's generally something I would want to play with friends, not just solo, and generally when I was playing solo when I was playing the beta, so just keep that in mind. I might come back to the 2v2 mode when the game's fully out, but right now I don't have any thoughts on it besides where it looks good. Anyway, so the Modern Warfare beta I've thoroughly enjoyed, actually. I was actually very hesitant going into the game from the looks of the game and everything, and I was going off of what everybody else was saying. I had no idea how the game was going to play. I just had inkling that I would like it, but I didn't really know exactly what to think. I thought the movement, everything was going to be more clunky than it actually was, and I was very hesitant going into the game, but I was still excited because it was something new. Going into the beta and everything, playing it, I absolutely loved so much about the game. It definitely had its flaws, like every Call of Duty does. There's different things like spawns or just weapon tuning and such, but overall, this beta had a lot of positives from me. I know a lot of people were complaining about maps or just how sniping felt or various other things, and we'll be getting into that, but personally, I didn't have a lot of problems with most things in this game. Some first impressions that I really got and really surprised me was I really like cyber attack. I've never been someone who likes search and destroy mode, and I fucking had a blast on that mode for whatever reason. A little bit of a backstory: my girlfriend used to play a lot of MW2 and still does every now and then. She doesn't play it as much anymore, but she was really big into MW2 and played just a fuck ton of search and destroy, and so that's like her favorite mode. I was telling her about Modern Warfare, so she got interested in it. So during the open beta, she joined me and we played a little bit, and she got her bearings a little bit, and then we played we played cyber attack, and I fucking had a fantastic time, which was something I don't expect for me at all. I don't like the one life game modes. I don't like any of that, but for some reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just how this game plays, maybe it's the maps, but fucking cyber attack worked really, really well for me, and I can see myself playing cyber attack, search and destroy, and other modes like that a lot more in this game than others. I really don't know what it is, because in every other game, I played search and destroy like once or twice, and I'm like, not really into this. I'm not a big competitive player, but I really, really enjoyed it. I'd say give it a try. I know a lot of people were shitting on it because they didn't like it. I had an absolute blast with that, so anyway. The rest of the multiplayer and everything felt really good. The only mode I wasn't a huge fan of was the 32v32, but I also didn't get a lot of exposure with that mode. I played like 2 or 3 games, and it just wasn't my cup of tea, but I'll have to jump back to that once the game's actually out, and I'll do a more comprehensive review if you guys want on that. I mostly just stuck to TDM and the 10v10 mode, but overall I had a lot of fun with those modes. 10v10 was a blast, but the other like mode out of those was headquarters, and I just could not get my head around that for whatever reason it was. Headquarters was just a huge ass clusterfuck, and I was not having a great time with it, but it could just be the spawns, it could just be I don't play headquarters very often, and I'm just not used to the game mode. It could be a lot of things. I've heard positive and negative things about the game mode, but that's for different reasons entirely. The weapons in this game felt really, really nice. No real complaints, everything had its purpose. I feel like the M4 and the SMGs feel a little like they have too much range. The fact that I was getting hit markers with a sniper across the map and they were fucking beaming me is a weird problem that I've never experienced, so I think those might need a little bit of tweaking, but I can understand why they have the range since the 32v32 mode. Maybe just make the snipers have more range as well then, I don't know. Nothing felt like supremely overpowered. I guess some people said the M4, but it was a solid weapon with less recoil than the AK, so I feel like that's maybe why, is because it was an easier weapon to control than the AK was. But also, if you leveled up the AK enough, you could control the recoil a lot better, and I feel like that was also a good weapon. More people gravitated towards the M4 because it was the first weapon you had. You got a lot of unlocks for it because you probably use it a lot, and it was just simple. So I feel like more people probably gravitated towards it for assault rifles. So, but definitely probably a little bit of weapon tweaking needs to be made. The map's really, really good, in my opinion. The only map I didn't like was the cave map, but I think it's Azir Cave. I don't know how to pronounce it because they're so fucking weird. Like Grenaza Raid, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna refer to them as Cave and Raid from now on. But the cave map, it gives me Afghan vibes, but to a lesser degree. There's too much cover in the map and people kind of just camp about. So honestly, if that's the worst map in the game, that's a very good sign because that map was still perfectly fine. I just think for the maps that we got to play during the beta, it was the worst out of the 4. So Raid was probably like 2 or 3 for me. There's a lot of cool sight lines and everything, but I feel like the middle building next to the B flag, just too many people were in. I feel like it just like too much cover. People were kind of just sitting there for a lot of the map, and a lot of the map just doesn't get used to its full potential. Like the whole field on the one side of the map just doesn't get used like whatsoever. And when it does, it's just like 1 or 2 people compared to like 10. So I'd say Gunrunner and Hackney Yard were probably the 2 best maps in the beta. Some people didn't like Hackney for some, like, because there's camping spots and like the 2 buildings, people just sat in them the whole time, which is very understandable. I think that's why people liked Gunrunner the most, is because there wasn't a lot of buildings to camp in and there was a lot more like people moving around the maps. But either way, I feel like both maps played really, really well. Honestly, I'm pretty excited for whatever this game has to offer for the rest of the maps because the ones we played seemed really, really good. Now, I'm going to be going into a little bit of the negatives that I found during the beta for myself personally. First of all, PC optimization. I've heard many good things. I couldn't play the game at all. So for me, that's a big hindrance, and I hope they get that sorted. I've talked to Activision support, and they're going to be, and I gave them all my details and everything for my PC and what my problem was. And they're going to forward that on to the team. Hopefully that's not just bullshit and they actually try to fix the game, because it would be very problematic if people buy this game and they can't play it, because a lot of people I've saw on Reddit and Twitter and all these other social medias who are having very similar problems to me or worse. I was able to play like 2 or 3 games on PC and it seemed very, very fluid and nice, but yeah, I can't really talk much about the PC version because of that. But my problem was I had to use set affinity to get the game to even launch properly and had to set it to 4 processors. If you don't know what that is, you can just skip this part, it doesn't really matter. And my other problem was whenever I got the game to work, whenever I tried to load into a match, I got to the loading screen, it would just freeze and hang there and then crash the game entirely. So I would never be able to play any games whatsoever throughout an entire like 5 days. The more problems that I had with the game itself, besides for just PC, the flinch on snipers and scope weapons in general, like if you got shot at all, your fucking scope went like 2.5 times or like 1.5 times up the person. So you were like, there was no way you're going to hit your shot unless you're aiming at their fucking feet or something. So, which I think I only got 1 kill after someone shot me. And I got a headshot because I was aiming low and it fucking like jumped to their head and I shot at the right time. But, which was just super lucky. I felt like the kill feed was a little bit too transparent and would blend in too well on maps. So hopefully they made that a little bit more like bold or outlined or something, because that, like just the text, I mean, not like the whole kill feed, but spawns were a problem for everybody. Let's say you took like C and you had B, they would spawn on you after you took like C, even though A was still open. It didn't make a lot of sense. I didn't understand what the fuck was happening there, but like spawns were just kind of weird and they needed to sort that shit out, because that was really annoying when you take a flag, turn around to like run back to like go save B and the enemy team is spawning where you just captured the flag. Partying issues, the general COD problem of parties not working properly, where you join a game, play a game as a whole squad, get out of the game, and then it just searches for a match forever, so you have to remake the whole party like once or twice to get it to fucking work. I do feel like claymores need to be more visible and have possibly a short delay between the explosive, like the click and then it exploding. But yeah, overall I had a lot of positive things about this beta. I think this game's going to be really, really good. I know there's a lot of leaks and rumors going on right now about the supply drops and the fucking survival mode, and I could give my hot takes on it, but long story short, I don't care about survival mode, so to me that doesn't bother me, and the whole supply drop fiasco bullshit that's going on, we have no proof of anything. You have to remember, not everything you hear from leaks is right. A lot of it does end up being wrong, and even if the person might seem credible, doesn't mean everything they've ever said is right. I love the beta. I think this game's going to be really, really good at launch, which is something I've never fucking said. Overall, I think this game's going to be great. I don't have many complaints about this. I just hope they figure out the problems that were occurring during the beta with the PC issues or the spawning issues mostly. And that stuff gets sorted. I think this game's going to be great. No one's talking about the ARC weapon or the XRK weapons pack thing that's coming out, which looks really dope, just for pre-ordering. I think that's really awesome. We never have gotten pre-order bonuses that are that fucking dope. You just get a calling card or some bullshit. So I think that's really dope that they're giving out like free weapons. I think that's a good sign for everything else. I wish more people were talking about that, but whatever. Anyway, if you guys want to see more videos like this, just let me know down in the comments. I don't have a problem making these. Got inspired by some older COD YouTubers and stuff recently, so I figured I might as well make a little bit different style of video like this. So, and I also had this footage, so I didn't know what the fuck else to do with it. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I didn't ramble on too much past the gameplay. If so, fuck me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, buddy. Peace.